The community correctional centers, what was the idea of a community correctional center?
That was to prepare people who were coming to near the end of their sentences with 2 or 3 months left, and to get them reestablished in the community. They could find either to pick up their old jobs if they had them in that area, or find new jobs, and so that when they got released they would have something constructive to go to, not just turned loose on the street. It was a very profitable savings for government, because we had very few staff involved. I think we ended up, after 3 years, we were relieving the pressure at Ocala by about 87 people. And because they were becoming overcrowded.
Yeah.
That isn't the reason we were taking them. We were picking the people and choosing them very carefully, that they would be suitable for that type of program. And I've forgotten the number of staff, but I think altogether we had about 30 staff. That would be office and everything.
What would a typical community correctional center have looked like, one of them?
Well, one of them was the old warden's house at Ocala.
Oh, yes.
We turned that into a CCC.
Hmm.
We provided full-time staff there. There was a principal officer or sergeant at that time, a cook, and I've forgotten a very number of staff, but probably about 5 or 6 staff.
Right.
And it turned out very well. We were getting to the stage, if we had ever kept it going, where we would have had the inmates paying their own room and board. And in fact, we did have one unit we were doing that in. And the staff would be there in non-working hours. Like if all the inmates in that particular thing had to be working and pay their room and board. And the staff would be there at night.
Right.
When they were
So
back.
the inmate would leave the place in the morning, go to
work, be back right after work. If he was to be back by 5 o'clock, he must be there by 5 o'clock.
What happened if he
didn't? Well, it would depend on the circumstances, but if it was not a good circumstance, he'd be returned to Ocala.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't have any failures. It was a good program, accepted by inmates who really did want to help themselves to get started again.